Health this morning is a condition that causes sufferers to compulsively pull out their hair. It's called trichotillomania, and people who have it have an irresistible urge to pull out their hair, usually from their scalp, but it can be eyelashes, even eyebrows. Heather Mayer from Victory Counseling Services and Neurofeedback Clinic of Northern Colorado is here to tell us more. Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you.
This is something that's personal for you, isn't it?
It is. I started pulling my hair when I was about 11 years old after a traumatic experience, and we didn't know what it was at the time. At the time, I felt like I was the only person who did this, and I started with my eyelashes. I can remember having something poking me in the eye and going to the mirror in our hall and trying to straighten out the eyelash, and the lash came out. And when that lash came out, there was like a release that the only way I could describe it for pullers is probably like an addiction. Like that release just helps you, it just helps everything that I'd been bottling up just go away.
Did you eventually get help then through your teen years and early 20s?
I did. It took a couple of years for us to really understand what I was doing, because I started with my eyelashes. When that became noticeable, I would make up excuses for why they were missing. Then I went to the eyebrows, and then I started with my hair. And when I started with my hair, it wasn't even a conscious thing that I was doing. I would pull at night before I would go to sleep, or when I was trying to go to sleep, and I'd wake up in the morning with a pile of hair on the floor next to my bed. And so I was probably about 13 or so when my mom noticed the first bald spot on my head. And she worked for a doctor's office, and she took me to see Dr. Cox, who she was working with, and he gave me a diagnosis and then sent me to a psychiatrist.
How common is say it again for me, I had it mastered.
Trichotillomania.
Yeah, how common is it?
Trichotillomania affects, it's a BFRB, body focused repetitive behavior, and those affect 1 in 20 to 25 people. And so that includes skin picking, nail biting, things like that. And so it is actually more common than people think. People with the disorder, though, just go out of their way to disguise it and hide it.
Well, we know that you've written a book.
And
this is to help kids or anyone who's had the issue, and this is just recent, right?
Yes, my book, Where's My Hair? A Trichotillomania Story for Children, was just published in August by Westbow Press, so I'm super excited about that. The book's loosely based on my experience, but I wrote it, I'm also a therapist, so I wrote it because with my kids that I work with, I like to read stories to them and help them understand that they're not the only people doing this. And I had one particular client come in that was on the autism spectrum, nonverbal, and I just really couldn't communicate with her what she was doing. And that made me go looking for resources. And as I was looking for resources, there was nothing specifically for children. There was stuff for adults, stuff for parents, stuff for therapists, nothing for children. And so I sat down and in about 10 minutes wrote out the story, and then my mom illustrated it for me.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on that. You've got your beautiful girls with you this morning as well. And we should give people the information. You are going to have a book signing as well, October 14th?
13th,
did you say? It's
Saturday.
The 13th, Saturday from noon until 2 at the Neurofeedback Clinic in Northern Colorado.
Yes.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, very informative. Thank you for coming.